Have you ever looked at a resume and realized it's telling a story, not just listing jobs? Well, that's exactly what we're doing today. We are going to deconstruct a fascinating career path that shows you step by step how a truly modern career gets built.
And this is where that story ends up. I mean, come on, that's not just a career goal, that's a vision. It's huge, it's deep, and it's incredibly specific. We're talking about building AI that has objective clarity. That's not just a lofty idea, it's an engineering challenge. And that's the journey we're about to explore.
So that's really the big question, isn't it? What kind of experiences, what kind of skills, what kind of twists and turns do you need to take to end up with a mission that is so forward-thinking? Let's rewind and trace it all the way back to the start.
Now, you might think a journey into AI and finance would start in, a coding boot camp or on a trading floor. But nope, this story starts somewhere way more grounded. It all begins with a super solid disciplined foundation in engineering.
So if you look at this early timeline, it seems pretty straightforward for an engineer, right? Maintenance, quality control. But then, wait a second, look at 2016. Web designer? That's our first clue that this is not your typical career path. We'll get back to that, I promise. First, let's look at those early years.
So the first couple of roles at places like GEW Contract and Emirates Steel were really hands-on. We're talking heavy industry, industrial firefighting systems, safety checks, big machinery. This is the kind of environment where you learn to respect process, reliability, and precision, because you have to.
And right there, in that demanding world, we find our first key number, 10%. It might seem like just a number, but it's the start of a pattern that's going to define this whole career. So, what's it all about?
As a quality control inspector, he managed to cut production defects by 10%. Now, this isn't just about ticking boxes. It's about looking at a complex system, finding the weak spots, and making it better. That analytical mindset, sharpened on a factory floor, is going to be absolutely crucial later on. Keep that in mind.
All right, and here we are at the first major plot twist in this story. After building this solid foundation in industrial engineering, he makes a huge, deliberate pivot away from the physical hardware and straight into the digital world.
And wow, this slide just lays it all out, doesn't it? The difference is like night and day. On one side, you've got industrial safety systems. On the other, social media marketing. At first glance, it looks like a total career change, like he just jumped into a completely different universe.
But what's so cool is you can see he's building a whole new toolkit here. At Trends India, it was all about learning web design, digital marketing, how to manage online processes. This wasn't just a random leap. It was a strategic move to grab a completely different set of skills. And trust me, those skills are going to be essential for what comes next.
Okay, so this is where it gets really interesting. This is the part of the story where those two different paths start to come together. The disciplined engineer and the creative digital guy start to merge into one person, combining their skills to create something totally new.
And what do you know? Here's our next key number, 15%. See? The pattern of making things better by a specific amount continues, but this time, it's in a brand new context.
So as a plant in charge at Cocoa Tufters, he's back in an industrial environment, but now he's bringing that digital age thinking with him. He used his new skills to streamline the old workflows, and boom, a 15% boost in performance. The two worlds are officially starting to combine.
And that brings us to the final and most impressive number of all, 25%. This one represents the peak of this journey, where all those different skills finally come together to make a huge difference.
His current title, AI Tech Analyst at SVS Traders, pretty much says it all. He's literally designing AI dashboards and automation tools. The result of his work? A massive 25% jump in performance efficiency. That's a direct outcome of that unique skill set he spent years building.
And this is the moment it all clicks. This is the aha moment.
The engineering brain provides the logic, the structure, the ability to build the engine. The digital and web design skills provide the know-how to create an interface that people can actually use. Put them together and you have the perfect recipe for a career in AI and fintech. The path that looks so random suddenly makes perfect sense.
And here it is. This is the tangible result of that whole journey. This is the kind of AI-assisted trading dashboard he actually built. It's the culmination of everything. The engineering discipline is there to analyze all that complex financial data, and the web design skill is there to show it in a way that's clean, simple, and intuitive. It's all right there on one screen.
So, what's the big lesson here? This career path isn't just one person's interesting story. It's actually a kind of blueprint for how to build a really valuable, one-of-a-kind career in the world we live in today.
You can really break it all down into 3 key steps. First, you build a solid, disciplined foundation in a field like engineering. Second, you have to be brave enough to make strategic pivots to pick up new, totally different skill sets, like digital marketing. And finally, you bring all those skills together and aim them at a clear, powerful vision, just like that one we started with today.
And that really leaves us with one final question for you. If you were to break down your own career path, your own resume, what story would it tell? Is it a straight line, or is it a series of pivots and combinations that are building towards something totally unique? What is the story your resume tells?